Good day, everyone. I am Ola Fasheku, evangelist, Demystify Sin Ministry, and author of Demystify Sin titles. Evil and wickedness, as the darkness, thrives for not being exposed. We expose the darkness. This suite, as a set of videos, lays out the involvement of the Nigerian police force authorities in effectively setting up innocent persons as targets of insanity rituals. The Nigerian police force authorities acting in collaboration with favored parties against innocent targets. This video addresses the crux of the allegations in the petition and examines the character and long antecedents and objects of the key witness and other witnesses. The Cultist Resistance Association's petition of fabrication and lies as instrument of liquidation against me alleged that my admission to psychiatric hospital was as a result of insanity. My mother was the source of this information. She is the source of the information on my psychiatric incarceration, which was a most criminal act that was at her instance, that was now being presented in the petition as evidence and eagerly accepted by the Nigerian police authorities as proof of my long-term insanity and current derangement, with my mother as someone that I've not even seen for almost, at that time I had not seen her for more than 10 years. Once it was confirmed to me in November 2022 that my dad's death, December 2008, was poisoning, and that it was common knowledge at the time that no one bothered to share with me at the time, I can confirm that the three of the four persons cited as witnesses in the Cultist Resistance Association's petition referred to as his family, his mother, his brother, his uncle, being in that order: Adebola Olufemilayo Fasheku ni Adeyeye, his supposed mother; Oluwaseyi Abiodun Fasheku, his supposed brother; Olaniyi Fasheku Amasco, she should be about 75 years old now. It's my father's junior brother. I can confirm that these persons are the murderess, being my supposed mother, and the others are accessories to the murder. I am the one who was there, or thereabouts, and who has all the evidence and facts. I know everyone's role in the murder and what has transpired after the murder, how they conducted themselves with regards to property, to the illegal constitution of the probate of my dad's estate, and how they've appropriated property and sold off property and done all kinds of nonsense amongst themselves. Once I was thus informed, I went on to address Emmanuel Okalafo, my mother's old houseboy, whom she used to poison my dad. He's the one that gave my dad food. I asked him two questions. I said, "Where were you?" I said, "Emmanuel, where were you that evening Daddy died? Who gave Daddy food that evening?" With those two questions, my murder became pressing objects for the murderess and all her accessories. And they would give their full support to the Cultist Resistance Association and the police authorities in the abduction murder operations against me is only instinctive, and it would also make covering up the murder with no trace. We make it easy. This is not surprising because it is written, Micah 7:5 says, "And a man's enemies shall be men of his own house." It is ọ̀tá olúkálùkù ni àwọn ará ilé rẹ̀. My supposed mother is Oshoromoga, Mogashoro. It's the most evil and wicked witchcraft cult. It's a powerful force in this society. The objects of my psychiatric incarceration and treatment, at the instance of my supposed mother, was to render me incapable of defense against evil metaphysical and witchcraft attack, to drive me insane. Long-term desperate goals from time of the mothers Oshurumoga, they are the rulers of the witchcraft cult. They are the local equivalent of the three witches that opened the genius of Shakespeare called Macbeth. Because they are territorial powers, these are the local version or the local dimension of those powers. It says, when shall we three meet again? In lightning, thunder, or rain? When the holy ball is done, when the battle is lost and won, that will be the set of sun. Where the place upon the heath, there to meet Macbeth. Fair is foul, foul is fair. Over through the fog and filthy air. Remember them? Yeah. So the Oshurumoga are the local version. They're very powerful force in society, in local society. They're recognized by, I think it's the 10th Odu of Ifa recognizes them. So they have such a powerful force in society. Feared. Their goddess is the supposed Iyami, Diyawon, Oshurumoga. She's the equivalent of Black Eketi, Pale Eketi. God saved me from their hands and delivered them into my hands. So my mother has joined this cult from the early 70s. I'm the one who knows the chronicle of her foray into that cult. They made a lot of promises to my mom, to my supposed mother, when she joined. Just like they made promises to Macbeth and to Banco. They made false promises. Their hugs, midnight hugs, like everybody else that will put their hopes on such, you get disappointed. Let me quote again from Macbeth, how it ends for all such people. This, I pull in resolution and begin to doubt the equivocation of the fear that lies like truth. That lies like truth. Fear not till Burnham Wood do come to Dunsinane. And now a wood comes towards Dunsinane. Fastidiously, she pursued everything that they told her. What are the promises they made to my mother when she joined? Was that she'd be property rich. That is the basis of why she's property obsessed and covetous. She's a maniac. Where property is concerned, she's a maniac. She cannot bear, my mother cannot bear anyone around her own anything that is landed property. She must be plotting how to take it and convert it to herself. No matter how long it takes, she will plan. Which is what she did to my dad. She was not telling people after that my dad was late that all the property belonged to her anyway, because she sees herself as the owner of the property. Even though it's supposed to belong to me or supposed to belong to my dad, she sees herself, she even sees you as her property in their witchcraft, as objects for their utility. They assigned the utility to almost everybody that was related to her to be consumed as food. And this was one thing of that. That's what they do in their witchcraft cult. Evil witchcraft cult. No way. She had to kill my dad. She had to kill him. She got quite a lot of encouragement. There were quite few people who had advanced knowledge, foreknowledge of that murder. And they waited anxiously for the news. My former spouse was one of them. My mother sent her to wake me up while I was asleep. My mother didn't call me. It's her she called. Sent her to break the news of my dad's death to me over 4 to 5 hours after he was dead. It was when they were coming to inform me. Yes. And she's not a very good actor. she get carried away because they were all fixated and waiting for my dad's death. She came to wake me up. She was elated. She was laughing, practically laughing. To tell me, "Oh, your dad is dead. Your dad is dead." Yeah, it's true. I was going berserk. I didn't believe it. I was going berserk. Adega, Dr. Lukaya's proxy, the one that does his dirty work, an errand boy, member of his council, is another one who had foreknowledge of my dad's death. So she had to kill my dad. There was a gem of a property that I had at the time that was prime real estate. It blew her small mind away. She wanted it by all means. There was also property that was my dad's that my supposed mother felt it was time to corner. The eldest son had become a threat to her property greed and covetousness. And she desperately wanted to send me to a psychiatric hospital whilst I was in my right mind. Both were impossible with my dad around. Impossible. He became aware of her scheme, that had full Oshoromaga backing. He could see them. He could see all of them lining up. My dad knew they were going to kill him. Once he detected the scheme, right, he knew from that moment in 2006 when he came to see me. Getting rid of my dad, it was the only way the Oshoromaga could get to me. They could never get to me while my dad was around. To get me admitted as its mental patient in the Federal Psychiatric Hospital Yaba that was under their authority. They made big promises of reward to her, offering me a sacrifice to be driven insane. Her first attempt was in 1980. The first attempt, very big attempt. God used my grandmother, her mother, to save me. It's a long story. The attack ricocheted to my elder brother. He was my senior in King's College. His name is Oluwakayode Oluwole Fashik. He was born on the 10th of February 1964 in Bradford, Yorkshire, in England. It completely unsettled him and left him mentally disturbed. He was homeless in England for years. A serial murderess. She had already poisoned my elder brother around 1992. They are almost always witnesses to every assertion I make. A close relation of hers, my grandmother's people, had told me between 2009 and 2011 that they knew in her family, that they all knew that she was the one that killed my elder brother. I wasn't paying attention, and I felt, oh, it was so long ago. Just as in my dad's case, I'm the one who was there, or thereabouts, and I have all the facts. The one that got allowed to be there when all those critical events happened, but I never paid attention. I now know why God placed me there and allowed me to take note, but not pay close attention. I was not ready, and I was not yet strong enough to face the reaction that would come with blotting out whatever I asked. And it was not time to deal with the matter. There is something about the last time I saw my dad and my elder brother separately walking on their feet, hale and hearty, and in perfect health. All of a sudden, the next thing was they were gone. I was going berserk. That something lives with me. Once my elder brother came back from England unexpectedly, he was doomed. She was going to kill him. He was such an object of deep vexation to her. It was most unusual. Even without him bothering her, she couldn't stand the sight of him. She wanted him out of her sight. She wanted to remain out of her. She never got him. They never got him care until at the end. More than 10 years, she never thought it fit to get him care, to put him in a hospital, to get him care. They never did. She never did it. She was one in charge. My dad was relegated. My dad is not very savvy with such. He considered everything to her. She was one, and the irony is that she was one behind it. And people knew. People knew. But nobody would come out to tell you. It is their actions that I recollect that, oh yeah, they knew. Oh, this one knew. This person knew. This person knew. She was going to kill him more when the process of him getting well was set off. Somebody arrived on the scene who went with us to Benin Teaching Hospital, the psychiatric part of the Benin Teaching Hospital, and to pray for. And there was the circumstances of that event made it clear that he was going to get well. It's what people have said, that this man is going to get well, this man is going to get well, this man is going to get well. She killed him. She didn't want him to get well. It was going to have repercussions on her. She didn't want him to get well. And that's why she killed him. She poisoned him. Yes. When it was clear that the psychiatric incarceration had not achieved the objects she wanted it to achieve, to have driven me insane, and I could not be taken back, she moved to plant Emmanuel Okarafo, whom she had used to poison my dad. She moved to plant him on me and in my house. It was useful to a point because he helped neutralize the girl that was here, my former spouse, who was making a lot of trouble, so I didn't have to deal with her again. But he was set up strategically. It's clear that at the end of the day, she set him up here to poison me as well. We were a small family. She should have poisoned my elder brother, she should have poisoned my dad, then she should have poisoned me. Then it would be only her and the son that they said would take care of her in her old age. Thank God that Emmanuel that she sent was such a liability and a thief. He was misbehaving generally. One day, I just woke up, was misbehaving, I sent him away. And it was much to her displeasure and to the displeasure of her son, obviously for what they had planned. She was approached by the Unscrupulous Wrestlers Association there. It was not yet cultist, it was unscrupulous. And the same RCCG Pastor Sagwa was in the background, but his interests were not as pertinent as they would become later. So at the time, they approached her for support to get me to withdraw the suit I filed in court. I did not oblige. I explained to her, she agreed with all my explanations, but she now, as an extension of her displeasure for me having dismissed Emmanuel Okarafo that she planted in my house, she sent my supposed junior brother in support of this Unscrupulous Wrestlers Association. She sent my junior brother to come and beat me up and kick me out of my house, of my own house, so that I can withdraw case or kick me out of my house. The move failed. As the last time I was in direct contact, that was in 2012, September or so, 2012. That was the last time I was in contact with, after everything she had done in getting me incarcerated in the psychiatric hospital in 2011. I still accommodated her. I tended to lay all the blame on my ex-spouse. But my mother was the one who was behind it all, but was hiding in the background. She never came one time, not one time, to see me all the while I was in that facility, that mental hospital. And she was coming to the premises. She was desperate coming to the premises to come and confirm if I had gone insane or not. And she was coming to see the consultant. Never came once to see me. So it's no wonder that she would now gladly oblige the summons by RCCG Pastor Sagwa, whose interests are now more pertinent in the cultist dispensation as key trustee and cultist godfather. In his reaction to getting the letter that I dispatched, dated October 8, 2022, RCCG Pastor Sagwa requested her support towards the insanity rituals he was convening against me. That is his specialty. And towards the petition. That's how she became the main and principal witness in the petition. She's witness, and all the others, supposed junior brother, my supposed uncle, Olani Ifasheku. I've not seen them for more than 10 years. She is the source of the name used for the rituals that corresponds with that on the petition as the instrument of the rituals. The name that she gave them is the name she registered me with at the Oshomoga. That is the basis of desperation of the cultist Residents Association to so call me. And it is based on the desperation on the part of the police officers executing their metaphysical assignments based on the cultist Residents Association's rituals to get me to agree to be so called. I refused. God had sent someone to me in 1994 to tell me what my name is and what my name is not. It's as simple as that. After everything she had done, having me abducted and with the psychiatric incarceration, all what I suffered, she was hiding in the shadows. They were helping her. She was the main person they were helping. That was in 2011. Then to come back and appear in the Cultist Residents Association's petition to liquidate me, with just to drive me insane. Whatever she has brought upon all those people that helped her, those people, for example, at the psychopath psychiatrists in their network, they've been doing what they've been doing there at the Federal Neuropsychiatric Hospital for decades. Under the Oshomoga is when they now did it to on behalf of my mom that everything is got exposed. What the wicked fear the most is not punishment per se. It's been exposed. It's been exposed. Thank you very much for watching. Watch and pray is our commandment. Thank you very much for your support as prayers and other means. God provides for us and feeds us in the work of the ministry we do through your kind generosity. God bless you.